Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, understand what it is, the importance and how to develop it. Hello, I'm Christopher, welcome to my channel. First of all, leave your like and subscribe to my channel to continue receiving the videos automatically and for YouTube to understand that this content is useful to other people. So let's go. When we talk about emotional intelligence, EI, we mean the ability to understand, use and manage our own emotions in order to reduce stress, help communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges and reduce conflicts. What is emotional intelligence, is closely linked to four basic domains. Perception of emotions, the accuracy with which a person identifies emotions. Reasoning through emotions, using emotional information to facilitate reasoning. Understanding emotions, capturing emotional variations that are not always evident and understanding emotions in depth, more sophisticated than identifying, in the first domain. Emotion management, ability to deal with one's own feelings. The set of skills and abilities based on 5 pillars. Hashtag self-awareness. Ability to recognize one's emotions. Hashtag self-regulation. Ability to deal with one's emotions. Hashtag self-motivation. Ability to motivate and stay motivated. Hashtag empathy. Ability to see situations from the perspective of others. Hashtag social skills. Set of capabilities involved in social interaction. Self-awareness and emotional intelligence, understand the relationship between the two. What is the relationship between self-awareness and emotional intelligence? To begin to understand, it is important to know that emotional intelligence has 4 pillars. Perceive emotions, yours and others. Reasoning based on what emotions say, also yours and others. Understand what emotions mean. And manage them. This is where the first connection point comes from. Having a good level of self-knowledge helps you interpret your own emotions, understand what they actually mean, make connections with other traits of your personality, and then deal with them in the best way. So, to start getting to know yourself better and develop emotional intelligence, try to practice frequent self-observation regarding your emotions. Learn to identify the basic emotions in yourself and how they manifest themselves in everyday life. On the other hand, the main lessons learned from the effort to get to know oneself are only properly absorbed when one accepts feeling and talking about pain, shame, fear, etc., negative emotions in general. That is, when you are vulnerable. Vulnerability is the next link between self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Vulnerability, or putting yourself in a position of emotional exposure, is largely responsible for the deepest connections we make. That's because it's much easier to identify with people who assume mistakes, tell of sad moments and express emotions. It's much harder to connect with people who don't show any emotion or failure. Showing yourself perfect is also showing yourself unattainable. By connecting, you can also understand, having empathy, the ability to see situations from the perspective of others, one of the main components of emotional intelligence. She is one of the main responsible for the possibility of meaningful connection between people. In summary, emotional intelligence encompasses empathy, which manifests itself from the vulnerability of the other. Vulnerability, in turn, depends on a process of self-knowledge. Benefits of EI, according to science. There is extensive research supporting the benefits of having a high EI, including linking it to traits of generosity. One study showed that people with greater knowledge of emotion regulation are more likely to think of the social good when faced with a dilemma. How to increase your emotional intelligence. Part of self-motivation, the ability to have a positive outlook, or optimism, is associated with greater sales ability and a higher academic success rate. For scholars, the primary difference between pessimists and optimists is that, when they fail, optimists tend to make external, specific, and temporary causal attributions, while the others make internal, permanent attributions. That is, after setbacks, they find it easier to pull themselves together and act in favor of results. Emotional intelligence is as much about knowing when and how to express emotions as it is about controlling them, and this skill is valuable. According to them, they led to improved cooperation and group performance, in addition to greater concern for what is fair. If you liked it, then share it with your friends and family who might be interested. Your opinion is very important to us. So leave your comment.